thought Darin was definitely the key to that game, particularly with Brett struggling like that, because to me, you jump out 5-0, the only thing that's going to let a team back in at that point is walks. And, you know, Brett struggled, but Darin came in and picked him up and pounded the strike zone, and the rest is history.
Do you think with Lilek, I mean, finally he was human after his past 2 starts? Was it just kind of one of those times where he just lost his command there in the 4th and didn't want to prevent any more damage?
You know, I think when he's locked in, and I say locked in from the time he wakes up in the morning to the time he toes the rubber, he's a different guy. And you know, maybe not so much today, but you know, we were fortunate enough to get the win out of that, so he's going to use that. Because we're still, I mean, he's going to be a big part of it. If we're going to do anything in the postseason, he's going to have to be a big part of it. So we'll hopefully he'll learn from that and get back into that kind of that focus mode from the time he wakes up.
What did you do to get him to lock in like that?
Well, I pointed out, I mean, the times that he's been really good for us. You know, Brett Lilek, you don't really notice him during the day. I didn't notice him on those days that he was pitching because he was quiet and focused. I noticed him a lot more today at breakfast and lunch, and again, you know, these are kids, and I don't want to take the fun part away. But I think to be a starting pitcher at this level, and any level for that matter, your starts before you get to the ballpark, and I think that's the piece that he has to improve on. So we'll point that out to him, and I'm sure he'll be better next week.
With the offense in a little bit of a lull in the middle of the game, and then Gillies getting out of those 2 huge jams in the 4th and 5th inning, is it kind of the Cardiac Devils making a comeback here with these close kind of, but until you blew it open.
Again, the close games don't scare us because that's all we've done and known. So, we had the chance to spread it, open it up there a little bit, and I can't remember what 4th or 5th inning when we had 2nd, 3rd, 1 out, didn't get it done. But I thought we were stringing together pretty good at bats, and I still felt good about our pen as that was going on, even though but there's a saying in baseball: solo home runs don't beat you. And our guys were throwing strikes, and I still felt comfortable even before we extended.
With this game 1 of 3 obviously, but with the whole postseason berth thing and everything, what kind of a statement do you think an 11-3 win over USC makes?
Well, it's a win. I'm not one to put a lot of stock in the 11-3 and all that. A win is a win. I mean, it could have been 2-1 because tomorrow we come out and we may not score a run. That's just the way baseball is. So we're happy with the win, however other people want to describe it, and I guess put stuff into it. To me, it's a W on the road against a really good opponent. I think it helps us whether we won by 8 runs or whether we win by a run. So it's good to get the first one. I didn't want to make you, didn't want to crush you right there.
What would you, if you're making your case for hosting, what would you say?
Well, I would say, hey, we got more baseball this weekend. So again, I've said I'll give you hypotheticals. Hypothetical is you win the weekend, and that being the next 2 games or 1. You win the weekend. You win 11 series, 8 of those in the Pac-12. And your 2 of your 3 losses are against potential, if not guaranteed, national seeds. And you lose another one on the road to, it's not a slouch. That team's going to be in the NCAA tournament as well. I mean, I think our resume speaks for itself. I mean, you're talking about top 20 schedule in the country, and Thomas has more stats than I. But I mean, it stacks up. I would like to think that it isn't what I would stand here and say in this dugout that would help us get in the NCAA tournament. I think if people would look at our resume and really look at it in detail, you would see that we would be a very viable host. And that's not even to mention the attendance stuff, and we're trying to elevate college baseball, and I think across the board. And if you got a team that's deserving of it and you have a venue to host it in a central location, it makes a lot of sense.